no. How can I put together a defense if I don't even know what happened? What's irrelevant to you may be material to me.
I'd rather hang than do time for something I didn't do.
I want you to stop prying into my life.
Well, unfortunately for your privacy, I have a young client who might not have a chance to grow old, and he comes first.
Up here, sir.
Morning, Mr. Olson.
Good morning, Tom. Let's see you. That her? You'd know if that was her, wouldn't you?
District Attorney asked you a question, boy.
District Attorney can drop dead, boy.
Hey. Murder one. Book him. Listen to me, Tom. I got a good case against that kid, and I want you to treat him with kid gloves. I don't want you to do anything to blow it. You understand me?
Yes, sir.
Hello? Uh-huh. Who? Sure. Just a minute. Antonio Giovanni Petrocelli.
Let's see.
Good morning.
Good morning.
Repeat after me.
Repeat after me.
Ron McKellen, Public Defender's Office.
Ron McKellen, Public Defender's Office.
On phone.
Yeah? Yeah. Yeah, it's in. Yeah, Ron. What's the booking number on that? 72248. What's the name? Okay. Yeah, thanks. Honey, you want to do me a favor?
Yeah.
Call Pete. Have him get over to Sheriff Madden's office and get the police report on an Albert Day. D-E-I-G-H. Huh?
Okay.
Oh, listen, by the way, did you fix my Western shirt?
With a broken sewing machine?
Oh, I forgot flinged flan. What is?
Winged leader, flange pin.
Wing leader
Flange
flanged
pin.
Yeah, of course.
No sewing machine, no Western shirt.
Yeah, I like that shirt.
Hey!
Hi, Pete.
Howdy, Tony.
Albert Day.
That's me.
Here, please. Sit down over there. That's me. It's my investigator, Pete Ritter. Public defender taught me. What? I'm your lawyer. Here, just look this over, huh? Let's see now. Where you from, Albert?
Cheyenne, Wyoming.
Born there, raised there?
Yeah.
Married, divorced, single?
Never married.
Your parents, brothers, sisters?
Look, I got one sister. She lives in Florida, and she's married to a deputy there. Okay?
Okay. Is that okay?
Yeah, it's all right.
Sign it then, huh? What are you doing in San Remo, Albert?
Just hitchhiking through?
Have you been here before?
No.
Hitchhiking to where?
Nowhere.
What kind of work do you do?
Anything. Car washes when I'm on the move. I tend bar pretty good, too.
Where's that?
Albuquerque, Pueblo.
Got a previous record? Do you have a previous arrest record?
Yeah, I got a record, a little one. Auto theft.
Do time?
6 months.
Where?
Cheyenne.
Okay. Let me tell you something now, Albert. In about 1 minute, that judge is going to come out here. He's going to sit on that bench, and you're going to be standing in front of him, see? And he's going to tell you that you were being charged with the first-degree murder of Marnie Jane Underwood. Do you understand? First-degree murder. See, she lived here, Albert. And he's going to ask you how you plead. Guilty or not guilty? Now, what do you think I should tell him, Albert?
Look, I didn't kill her.
Not guilty?
Not guilty.
Well, unless we're lucky, Albert, we're going to have to go to trial. And the prosecutor's going to do everything in his power to make sure that you go to the death house. And what I see in this police report makes me think that he can do it. You better now tell me everything that's happened here from the beginning.
Don't look at me, Port. Go ahead.
I left Prescott late Sunday afternoon. There wasn't a lot of people on the road, and there wasn't no place to stay. Look, I only had $4 in my pocket, and I was looking for a place to spend the night. This cattleman picked me up and took me down the road about 20 miles to the turnoff. I figured it'd be easy enough to get a ride from there in some direction, and that's all I wanted. Well, after I got me something to drink. Here, please. She looked like she might belong to that car out there, and I figured that would be my ride, if I played my cards right. I was just thinking, If you're going west, I could sure use a ride.
Why not? Come on.
We'd been on the road a while when she suggested we stop at a motel.
Well, are you coming in or are you figuring on staying out there?
I was a little shaky about coming in. She was different than the kind of woman I'd been with. She had expensive clothes, a fancy car, you know. Well, it just all seemed out of my league. But she made a play for me, so I just went along with it. Anyway, I guess I started it way back at the tavern. Oh, sure, I conned her into giving me a ride. I'm not denying it. But she wanted to be conned. I figured she was looking, and she was playing, and I was playing, and... well, it all worked out fine. I thought it'd be a good idea to keep moving, so I left real quiet. She was sleeping, and I didn't want to wake her. I felt kind of funny about the whole thing. I mean, what would I say to her in the morning? So I figured I'd just get back on the road. But when I went to get my satchel out of the car, the door was locked.
Hey!
Then I saw her standing there, and I knew we'd about had enough of each other. And what was in my bag wasn't worth the hassle of sticking around. So I left. You know, I just couldn't figure her out. Why she'd take up with someone like me.
I love her.
Well, I went back to the road and started thumbing again. Before long, I got my ride. I never saw her after that.
Where were you arrested?
Just outside of San Remo.
The car picked you up outside of that motel. Did you talk to the driver?
Just the usual. How are you? How you doing, you know?
Did you get his name?
No.
Make of the car?
No.
You know where he's going?
No. He just dropped me out, and that was it.
Now, the time, place, and motive. And they say you fit them all. Rape and robbery, Albert. They found her blood on your pants. They found her blood on your shirt. It says so right here. Now, Sheriff Madden and the DA think they've got what we call a prima facie case. That means they've got enough evidence to convict you. You understand? And one more thing, Albert. I'm already a lawyer, so you don't have to tell me you're innocent just to get me on your side. You see, I'm already there, and so's he. All I want you to do is tell me the truth. Because you're gonna hang yourself if you don't tell me the whole truth. Do you understand that?
Look, I ain't done nothing wrong but hitchhike. If I'm guilty only wanting to see the country. You know, get out, find myself, where I'm at, where I'm going. Sure, I made a lot of mistakes, and I ain't proud of them. But gosh, I just been going through cities and towns, meeting and talking to people, you know? Learning. You know, I find myself in jail. Mr. Petrocelli, I didn't murder that lady. I didn't.
I think you just hitched a ride with two believers, kid. And by the way, the name's Petrocelli.
Say,
Is Mr. Underwood around?
I'll get him.
Thanks.
Mr. Underwood, somebody here for you.
Mr. Fisk?
No, my name is Petrocelli.
You're not from the district attorney's office?
No, I'm from the other side. I'm Albert Day's attorney. I'd like to talk to you.
I don't think so.
JC, about the modifications on these arches, Sorry.
It's all right, we're just finished.
Look, sir, I realize that you're under a lot of strain because of your wife's death, but,
Austin?
Yes, Mr. Underwood.
This is Mr. What'd you say your name was?
Petrocelli.
Petrocelli. He's the lawyer for the kid who killed Marnie. Take care of it.
My name is Percy Austin. I'm Mr. Underwood's legal advisor, and as such, I've advised him to speak to no one about this matter. Absolutely no one. I hope I make that perfectly clear.
Yeah.
I'm Wayne Jacoby, Underwood's partner. I guess you'll be asking me next, huh?
Well, it's a good idea, yeah.
Well, what Percy said goes for me, too.
Well, you see, you could either come out here at the trial, so it's your choice.
Well, now, if that was up to me, I'd say here. But I guess I'll be seeing you at court, huh?
Yeah, you can make book on that.
Mistrial is your only hope, Tony.
Huh?
And with me, that won't happen.
Hey, I thought that almost anything could happen with you, Kerr.
That's not my version. There's always two sides to every story.
Well, Albert Day's gonna be very happy to hear that.
Oh, that's a little different. He's a murderer. Okay. He is accused of murder.
Better.
Hey, Tony.
Yeah.
Hey, tell me something, Tony. You really want a jury for your client?
I want justice for my client, Kurt.
Well, so do I. Shoot him. I'll defend you.
Did you ever hear of due process?
Every day. I usually don't pass out advice to opposing counsel, Tony, but don't put Albert in front of a jury. I'll talk to the judge, ask him for minimum sentence.
Come on, Kurt, you gotta be kidding.
I have no sense of humor.
If you want a deal, you gotta do better than that.
Oh, come on. In front of a jury with his record?
No bearing, not admissible.
You get the full root on both charges.
That's if a jury found him guilty.
We've got him solid.
Beyond a reasonable doubt?
Far beyond.
Well, look, Kurt, I know you want this thing cleared up, and I know you want it off the calendar. Now, I'm a reasonable man. Now, why don't you tell me what you have in mind?
Oh, you already know what I have in mind. It's pretty obvious what happened. He conned her into giving him a ride. He conned her into letting him drive. And it looked like he was going to con her into something else.
Here, baby, have one.
After a few drinks for the road, it's easy to presume that she let down some of her defenses. Now, most animals, as you know, are quick to pick up on weaknesses. Albert Day was no different.
Come on, baby.
So now he's got her in a motel room. And the first thing he does is start with the big come on. She doesn't buy it. Not only does she not want to, she's too drunk to.
Hey, don't you fall asleep on me.
So she collapses on the bed, leaving Albert, no doubt, very, very frustrated. So now Albert starts to tilt the bottle. And the more he tilts, the more frustrated and mad and drunk he becomes. Well, you combine frustration, anger, and alcohol, and You throw in a hot-headed punk drifter, and you got trouble.
Hey!
Don't do that.
So he decides to lift the cash and split. Except he's got a better idea. A car. Now, we know he's stolen cars before. But the unexpected happens.
Hey! What do you think you're doing?
Money had slept off enough of the booze to be a bit more rational, and she wanted to know where he was going.
Where are you taking me?
Just shut up. Oh, just shut up.
What do you mean, shut up?
Your boy takes her for a one-way ride to the nearest unpopulated spot he can find. The desert. The desert where anything can happen, as long as you're strong enough to make it happen.
What do you want?
And Albert did.
Come here.
Oh, no!
Come here. Stay here. Come here.
Now, everybody knows that Marnie was a high-spirited little filly. So afterwards, she threatened him with every charge possible.
You're not gonna get away with this.
Albert did what every beast does when cornered. It was a life-or-death situation. Albert's life, her death.
Oh, no, no.
Of course, with blood all over him, he had to change his clothes. Once that was done, he buried the bloodied clothes, which we found. All he had to do was put some distance between him and the murder scene. Home free.
We have murder one and the facts to support it. Motive, circumstances, evidence. They all fit like pieces in a puzzle.
At least you admit you got a puzzle. No, you're gonna have a lot of trouble proving murder one. Now, how does he premeditate a rock in the middle of a desert? Think about that, Kurt. Look, Mr. Seymour, cows will be cows. Yeah. Look, it's his barnyard and it's his cows. That's right. Now, he can be held responsible if someone happens to slip and fall in it. Well, he led you through it, didn't he? Yeah, he has to pay to have the stain taken out, Mr. Seymour. You're welcome, Mr. Seymour.
Hi, Pete.
Well, what about Marnie Jane?
Just rumors.
Like what?
Hellcat. Married to a rich guy, did nothing but work.
I want you to check the public record office, see if they ever filed for divorce. I want to see if they ever had any serious arguments, something like that. Let's see, what else? Yeah, I want you to backtrack, Albert, to start at the motel, then try the tavern where he met her. Yeah, put in a call to Albuquerque, the bar that he used to work in, see if they can tell us anything about him.
Is there anything else you want me to do if I had any spare time?
Yeah, as a matter of fact, there is. Find out who her hairdresser was.
Hairdresser?
Yeah, there are some things that only a hairdresser knows for sure.
Tony, look at this.
And you apprehended Marty Jane Underwood's murderer in San Remo, Sheriff?
Yes, we did. Less than 6 hours after Miss Underwood's murder, we called him right here in San Remo.
How do you feel about capital punishment, Sheriff?
An eye for an eye is what I say.
The suspect
I don't know why they even bother with the trial. Why don't they just get her open and hang the guy?
Hello there. I'm afraid we don't take men.
Oh, no, that's all right. I've given up the idea of straightening my hair a long time ago. However, I would like to talk to one of your girls, if I may, an Angie Crawford.
I'm sorry, but Angie's busy at the moment.
No, it'll only take a minute.
Well, Angie, do you have a minute to talk to this gentleman?
Him? Anybody that cute, I got 10 minutes.
Thank you. Miss Crawford?
Who are you, honey?
I'm Anthony Petrocelli. I'm Albert Day's attorney.
Oh, yeah? You want to know about Marnie Jane?
Well, your ESP's remarkable, yes.
Well, she was my best client.
For how long?
Oh, for years. I don't know.
You liked her, huh?
Well, didn't everybody? I mean, she was so alive. She lived.
You mean she played around?
Unless those stories she told me were lies.
Could you give me an example?
We'll just let that sediment, honey. I'll be right back. Of course, you understand this is in strictest confidence.
No, of course.
But her husband made her like she was. All he did was work, work, work. Did he expect her to stay home all the time, cooking and sewing? Well, not Marnie Jane. The more he worked, the more she played. Tit for tat, you know. Anyway, she went through lovers fast and furious. Lucky girl. I heard about all of them, if you know what I mean. No sooner would she find one, and she'd be through with him. And I could always tell when. You know how?
No, how?
The Casablanca Hotel.
The Casablanca Hotel?
Well, I thought you'd never ask. You know, it's just over the state line, and that's where she'd take them.
Did she ever mention any names?
Of the lovers? All of them. But I can't remember that many. Now, the last one was Bill Tennyson. And before that, it was Wayne Jacoby.
Wayne Jacoby? What about Wayne Jacoby?
Well, he was next to last.
Did her husband know about any of this?
Well, we always thought he did. A few times he had someone follow her around. Somebody that worked for him. I think his first name was, Percy.
Would his last name be Austin?
That's it. But you know the saddest part of all?
Know what?
That maybe all her playing around was because her and her husband couldn't have any children.
You know what's even sadder than that? Marnie Jane's dead.
Hey, Tony!
What's up?
That thing you asked me to get from Maggie's sewing machine is up.
Oh, you mean the flinged
Wing leader flange pin. I can't find it anywhere. Here's a picture of it, and I know a guy in town can make one for you, but it's going to cost you.
And?
And Albert, your client.
Yeah, what about him?
Well, it seems he got himself in a little trouble in Albuquerque. Felonious assault. They actually asked him to leave town.
So we got as far as San Remo, huh?
No, that ain't the whole of it. At that tavern, he almost got into a tangle with some guy that Marnie was sitting with. The bartender tells me that he came into the place, he made a play for her.
this other guy, he got so riled when Marnie picked up that invitation from Albert. He was so riled he wanted to hassle. That's when Marnie said, well, come on, let's get out of here, which they did.
Well, who is the guy?
I don't know. I'm still checking.
Yeah, what about the motel?
I got a copy of the motel register on the night in question. Names and addresses, I'm still checking on them.
Oh, good. Hey, listen, I want you to check 2 more names for me. Bill Tennyson and Wayne Jacoby. Now, Jacoby is Underwood's business partner. The both of them were getting to Marnie on the slide. They used to go to that Casablanca hotel out of town, so check that out. Oh, yeah. And find out who the Underwood's doctor is, huh? Okay, thanks, Pete.
Oh, by the way, the Underwoods did file for divorce 5 times. Him twice, her 3 times. In each case, the charges were dropped.
On what grounds?
His were adultery, hers were mental cruelty.
Then he did know what was going on. I'm gonna have to get to him. Oh, Pete, by the way, listen, was Albert formally charged with felonious assault when he was in Albuquerque?
The charge was dropped when he agreed to leave town.
Not admissible. Good. Okay, you better get started. Hey, Pete! Don't forget about that fingered pin. Fingered, fingered.
You sure do your homework, don't you?
Yeah, that's my job. And if you help me, it could be a lot better.
Okay. Look, the guy I was working for, me and him didn't get along too good. I wasn't there very long anyway.
What happened?
He got upset, I got upset. I hit him a few times.
Hit him a few times. Just a few, huh?
Well, I was mad. But it was over pretty quick.
Then he filed for charges, huh?
Yeah.
Then why didn't you tell me?
It'd be kind of stupid. I mean, what they got coming down on me?
I'm not talking about telling them. I'm talking about telling me. Me! Okay, what about that hassle with the guy at the Oasis Tavern?
Wasn't really a hassle.
Almost. Why don't you tell me about that?
Well, same reason. I figured it'd be adding fuel to the DA's fire. Well, I mean, wouldn't it?
How can I put together a defense if I don't even know what happened? What's irrelevant to you may be material to me, okay?
Okay.
Now, was there anything else?
No. Except that girl. I mean, she had to know the guy she was sitting with.
Why?
Well, they were arguing.
Did you get a name?
No. Look, all I was interested in was getting a ride. That's it.
Okay. Next. The DA offered us murder 2. What do you think?
I don't know. What does that mean?
Means if you plead guilty to murder in the 2nd degree, you'll get off with a lighter sentence. You'll get out in less than 4.
Nope. I'd rather hang than do time for something I didn't do.
They don't hang in this state. They strap your arms and legs and push 50,000 volts through your body.
Look, I don't care if they kill you with kindness. I'm not gonna cop out. Okay?
Hey!
Hi! Great timing.
Yes. I went to see the Underwoods doctor. Pete didn't have time.
And?
Marnie Jane was sterile.
So that's why J.C. couldn't have kids, huh? No one to inherit his empire.
Well, it came as quite a shock to her. The doctor said they tried everything. She wanted children so badly.
Well, I guess it was tough on both of them.
I know. I mean, I know she played around a lot. Just maybe now it's easier to understand.
There's always a reason. Listen, I'm gonna drop you off at the office, sweetheart. Then I'm gonna go over and catch this guy, Jacoby.
Uh-huh. Honey,
What?
do you ever wonder
About what?
about the baby we lost? Whether it would have been a boy or a girl?
I wonder.
I know.
Sorry, Mac.
You all right?
Yeah, I'm okay.
Damn, he knows better to come through here that fast.
Yeah.
You sure you're all right?
Yeah. I got a law degree from Harvard that says I can sue if I'm not.
You know, I figured it wouldn't take you long to find out about Marnie, Jane, and me.
Well, there are a few others, too.
Yes, and others. Look, I haven't returned your investigators' calls because, well, what with my baby here and all, you see.
You're out here every day, huh?
6 days a week.
Where were you the night that Marnie Jane was killed?
Oh, man, you gotta be grabbing for straws if you think... Right here, with my baby.
All night with baby, huh?
All night, all day.
Huh?
Now, look, it was Sunday. We were behind in making up some alterations, so if I didn't do it, it didn't get done like everything else around here.
Anybody else around?
Well, we got a watchman, but I was in the office most of the time. Look, Petrocelli. For obvious reasons, I'd like to keep that bit about Marnie, Jane, and me out of, how do you say, the public eye. I mean, JC is my partner.
Petrocelli? I want to talk to you, Petrocelli.
Well, that's switch.
I stopped in your office first. I might have known you'd be here.
Well, now that you found me, what do you want?
I want you to stop prying into my life and my wife's.
Your late lamented wife.
Whatever was between us was private. I want it kept that way.
Well, unfortunately for your privacy, I have a young client who might not have a chance to grow old, and he comes first. Why don't we talk some sense and get on with this, huh?
All right.
Where were you the night she died?
You don't waste any time, do you? I was home.
Get witnesses?
Maid, probably.
Did you know anyone who might have a reason to kill your wife?
Every man who was ever with her. She treated him like dirt when she was finished with him. She was evil, through and through. Whatever she got, she deserved.
Hi there, sports fans. Welcome to San Remo Stadium.
And the clothes found at the scene were definitely established to be the defendant's?
Yes, sir. And the blood on the clothes?
Our test determined that blood was type O, same as that of the deceased.
Thank you, Sheriff.
Cross, Mr. Petrocelli.
Not this time, Your Honor.
And the witness is excused.
Here's that wing leader flange pin.
That concludes the case for the people, Your Honor.
You ready to present the defense, Mr. Petrocelli? Mr. Petrocelli, are you ready to present your defense?
Yes, yes, I am, Your Honor. Your Honor, I move for dismissal of the charges.
On what grounds?
Insufficient evidence.
Denied.
Your Honor, the defense intends to produce no witnesses. However, using certain documented evidence, I would like to present another version of the murder of Marnie Jane Underwood. Now, certain facts have been established. The Underwoods had a difficult marriage. Marnie Jane was unable to bear children. A fact which drove her to find a different sort of fulfillment. All those people who knew her suffered because of this. Her husband especially, and of course Marnie Jane, and her lovers. Now, we've heard testimony that Marnie Jane used the Casablanca Hotel for her meetings with her lovers. So all her former lovers knew her pattern. So it's logical that if one of her former lovers wanted to get back at her, wanted to see her again, he would approach her at the hotel after she had finished with her latest. Now suppose, just suppose, that one of them did just that. He went discreetly to the hotel and followed her on that long trip home. Albert Day walked in as he had his first opportunity to talk with her when she stopped at the Oasis Tavern. Marnie Jane's former lover was not going to give up easily, at least not without a fight.
I'm not like all your other ones.
According to the bartender's sworn affidavit, they argued.
Oh, man.
She ended the argument by leaving, but not alone. She offered Albert Day a ride.
You need a ride?
Sure.
A ride that, with someone else's help, would eventually lead to this courtroom. Marnie Jane was once again driven to find fulfillment from an affair with someone she hardly knew, this time a young stranger. She kept a bottle in the car and encouraged Albert to drink some more, and one drink led to another, and then she suggested they make a stop. So Albert and Marnie wound up in a motel room. Her conquest of Albert was just about complete. Now, was it doubtful that her jealous ex-lover would follow her to the motel? In his drunken and bitter state, he became more obsessed, more irrational. He wanted Marnie back, and he couldn't stand her rejection. He'd follow her from the end of one affair at the Casablanca Hotel, and then watched her drift into another. It was too much for him. Injured male pride? Or did he really love her? Whatever the reason, he also took a room at the Owl Lodge Motel and waited. After a while, Albert left quietly so as not to disturb Marnie, who was asleep. He felt awkward and wanted to avoid any embarrassment the next morning, so he decided to make a discreet exit and get back on the road. As Albert went out to the car to get his traveling bag, he was watched by that rejected Romeo in the next room, who was getting drunker and madder. He'd left his bag in the back seat. There was nothing of real importance or value in that bag. So when Albert discovered the door was locked and that Marnie had gotten up and come out to see what he was doing, he figured he'd just leave the bag and say farewell right there. Do you think that her former lover, who at the tavern urged violence and then witnessed this scene, might again resort to violence?
What do you want? In just a minute. I hear you. Stop it. Leave me alone. Stop following me. I'm sick of this.
Was he hurt and agitated enough to attack her and then pursue her as she attempted to escape him? Was he capable of committing those same acts of which Albert Day is accused?
Leave me alone.
Get it!
Leave me alone. Stop it.
Was it he who forced her into the car to go for a ride in the middle of the night? And once they arrived at a lonely desert spot, could he have brutally tried to force her into giving him what she could no longer feel for him?
Let me go. Let me Let me kill you, baby.
Was it he who out there was spurned for the third time in less than 24 hours? And was it he who, in an outburst of jealous rage, killed Marnie Jane Underwood? And seeking to lay the blame elsewhere, fell upon the natural solution of using the canvas bag Albert had left behind. Did he make sure to put traces of her blood on Albert's clothes, taken from that bag, and then plant them at the scene?
So I ask you, is this story any less feasible than district attorney's? It's Defense Exhibit 2, the manager of the Casablanca Hotel. Wayne Jacoby, Marnie Jane Underwood, 10 weeks ago. A Xerox copy of his registration. Defense Exhibit number 3, a photocopy of the motel register on the night Marnie was killed. 14 guests, all signed names and addresses. Of the 14, only one checked in after Albert. Of the 14, only one could not be located. A Mr. William Detney, 1234 Wessex Drive, Denver, Colorado. We found no William Detney. We found no 1234 Wessex Drive. I'll let the record show that we did find Denver, Colorado. And Defense Exhibit number 4. A deposition that the handwriting of a Mr. William Detney is also that of Wayne Jacoby. Your Honor, the defense rests.
What do I say? Thanks. And I mean that.
Next time, take a bus.
Right.
Okay, where is that whatchamacallit so I can go home and sew your Western shirt?
Oh, no, I gave it to you.
What in the hell is this?
The winged leader flange pin.
I don't believe it.
Is it yours?
Oh, no, but that's not mine. I never saw that before in my life. I don't know what. Let's get over to Brown's apartment, so honey. I gotta pick up that Western shirt, huh? Because, you know, I love those Western shirts. Winged leader flange pin.